So we're going to go through, for this lecture, we're going to go through team review, leveraging CSR communication, the future trends, final thoughts. So we're going to go through the key business case elements and 15-step implementation plan, understanding how to leverage CSR cases, why CSR matters, future trends in CSR, and then final thoughts and reflection. So we're going to go through in-class presentations. Like I said, you can send me a recording of your in-class presentation, or if you want to meet with me over Zoom and do it, that's fine too. So we can do either. Just let me know a time, and then we can facilitate that. And or if you want to do it through recording, so one or the other works for the people who haven't presented. So CSR business strategy. CSR business strategy is critical because it enhances trust and legitimacy. It ensures that organizations can go into market, and then organizations can create unique resources. And then the right question to ask is, can organizations ignore CSR in formulating strategy? So we went through this. So the starts with legal compliance, then goes strategic philanthropy, then goes to values-based self-regulation, then efficiency, then growth platform sustainability. So do you remember the steps in the 15-step implementation plan? There's a lot of them. So it's present in week 13 slides at the end. So definitely, yeah, if you can write down all the steps while you're listening to this, that'd be great. Just that's here you go. So yeah, the first one is identify business goals in CSR and figure out if the upper management is involved with CSR. Define the value statement, mission, company, or institution, and then how does long-term vision match up with business goals? What are your competitors doing in CSR? Determine the budget, determine key stakeholders, do some research on standards. Has the CSR strategy for each key stakeholder been developed at the consultation? Revise budget accordingly. Carry out stakeholder dialogue. Make sure that the key indicators being met. Determine the cost and benefits of proposals. Implement activity or programming. Research advertisements, and then determine if it's backed up by ethics, and then determine the cost benefit analysis for each social responsibility or proposal, then determine if the CSR policies are embedded. And then CSR is embedded. It is a good way to improve the reputation of the company through CSR. And then communication, strategic compliance. And then CSR communications, it focuses effort, it encourages a long-term view. It demonstrates value for money. It reconciles conflicts and encourages proactivity. So stakeholder support. 7 steps for better communication include communication or audits to determine how your communication is, then define your communication goals and objectives, and then identify your target audience and stakeholders, and then develop key messages and big idea, and then develop strategy implementation plan, then activate and coordinate implementation, then assess and learn. Then sustainability experts believe that in the next few years, multinational companies will be key drivers of broad-scale collaborations. To discuss the question, why does CSR matter? Come up with at least three reasons why it matters. So think about why CSR matters. Just write it down in your notebook. So in my opinion, it matters because it builds a brand. Also, you want to support the community. So I have a good case study example. My friend Barry Shepley, he runs this company called Personal Best, and it's very good profitability wise because he makes a lot of money on events and like having personal training. And then as well, he does a lot of CSR in terms of community engagement and supporting the community through all the events. So it does both. Like it makes him a living while he supports the community, and he's extremely ethical in what he does. So like he does both, which is what ideally you want to do. He, yeah, like he supported the town of Cal more than a lot of other, like one of the best citizens in the town while he makes a living. So that's kind of what we're aiming for. That's the perfect example of a business that focuses on the community as well as makes money. So you want to be like that. So Personal Best is this company. It's the best example that I can think of in terms of effective CSR, in my view. Personal Best. So Barry Shepherd. Look him up because he's the prime example of what you want out of CSR, in my opinion. Making a living while supporting the community. That's what you want to do. And yeah, look up Barry Shepley. Yeah, he's a good friend of mine. So then there are 7 reasons why CSR matters. For moral and ethical reasons, do the right thing. For sustainability of the markets that companies rely on for their income. For brand image and reputation. And then as Warren Buffett often says, it takes 20 years to build a reputation and 5 minutes to ruin it. For employee stakeholder motivation. There is increasing evidence that employees involved in CSR activities have increased motivation and productivity in all sectors of the economy. To ensure that a company to respond proactively to changing stakeholder agendas, and then to account positively on the performance of stakeholders in a way that will enhance the company's reputation, provide managers with a framework for managing the business in a holistic manner. So inclusivity. Inclusivity is a strategic approach to CSR that ensures that sustainability is met. And then scalability, make sure that there's a niche or products for CSR. And then supply chains. And as well, companies have to focus on making a big impact in few areas instead of trying to make it an impact on every area. You want to make a few big impacts instead of just a lot of little impacts. So that's always better. Our governments are needed to enhance ethics and ensure that companies are following ethics. And then companies have to be more socially responsible in advertising, communications, PR, and social media. And then CSR public institutions, there's increased personal responsibility. And smart companies will look more to the social value of the brands. Climate change will move down on the list of priorities, replaced by more concern with worker rights and human rights. And lesser known sustainability issue, biodiversity will also rise up the agenda, and more attention will be placed on economic value, where multinationals pay their taxes likely to be increasingly focused on by activist groups, given the recent tenure of street demonstrations. Protests could turn increasingly. Then emerging markets are where the energy is, and one can expect to see a lot of innovation in like emerging markets. Then as well, GRI. So think about what a company could do to do more good, do less harm. So people, product, process, partnerships, profits. So use those 5 Ps and figure out what a company can do with these 5 Ps to do more good and do less harm. So in my view, the product, make it more environmentally friendly, recycling, reusing, less waste, process, less use of energy, use solar power, wind power instead of coal and oil to reduce emissions. And then partnerships, think about what stakeholders are needed to, who to work with that would be ethical. So you want to work with government, being ethical and not taking kickbacks or bribes. Just do it cleanly, like meet with government officials and don't pay them. And then profits must be all legally obtained. And then people treat your people well, pay them more than minimum wage, give them the cost of living increases, and then give them commission to work for you. So they make money for the families and then give them ownership stake. Give every employee an ownership stake or slash give them commission. Yeah. So they actually take a piece of the pie and making some salary that is way less than what they have created. So yeah, think about what you can answer. So here, this is what they said. So people can so you can volunteer to enhance value and then eliminate gender-based pay gap issues to reduce harm. And then products buy one, give one model to benefit, and then determine that the supply chain is traceable and ethical to reduce harm. Processes to benefit, distribute clean water, and then costs ensure that employees upskill. Then profits give money away in philanthropy for benefits, and then increase salaries of your employees to reduce harm, to attacking inequality, and by paying taxes. Partnerships, donate to a nonprofit that supports communities working with benefit, and then reducing harm, don't cut. So what did you learn from this course? Yeah, if you can let me know what you learned from this course, it'd be great. But yeah, it was great to teach all of you. Love I love teaching, and it's a great thing to do. I like the college level the most out of all the ones I've taught, and hopefully I can teach full time someday there. I'll keep working on that, but it's great. I love college. And let me know what you think, what your key learning from this course is. But you're all great. It's great to teach you. So CSR is mainstream now, and you can create your own business where CSR is integrated. You're helping the community while you're making a living. So that's what I encourage you to do. I want you to start your business because you'll take all the profits instead of making a fixed wage. You'll take everything above the fixed wage and profits. And as well, I encourage you to create your own business while supporting the community. So create a business that helps the community. You'll make a living doing something that you set your own hours for, and you'll have time for your family, and you'll be able to help the community. So I encourage you to do that. I don't want you all to be entrepreneurs if you choose to. I think, but if you do want to be employed, that's fine. Like if you enjoy being employed, that's great. But if you want to be an entrepreneur, I want you to be an entrepreneur. And then I want you to support the community as well. So if you need any support in creating your business plan or building your business, let me know. I'll help you. Week 15, exam week, no classes. So final assignment, exam due by Sunday, 11:59 p.m. Uploaded to Econostoga week 14. So yeah, this Sunday it will be due. Thank you, everybody.